When I can learn to transform failure, inadequacy, upset, things that didn't go well, and I can transform them into a positive direction, guess what that does to my worth? My sense of value, my sense of competency goes up. But if you're always striving for new W's and avoiding and abandoning L's, it's why you won't feel worth, because you couldn't transform anything. If you don't give yourself grace about the losses in life, I promise you, you will never feel good about the wins. A lot of people who've achieved great things in life, they operated from what I call the deficiency drive. So they feel either deficient internally or something externally was deficient and they're rebelling against it. But either way, something was not right or is not right, and they're fighting against it to prove value or to prove them wrong. They're fighting to prove value because internally there's deficiency, or to prove they're wrong, which is rebellion. But there's a fight, and it's always a fight. And if you're always in the fight, there's always a win, there's always a loss. There's always a win, there's always a loss. There's always a win, there's always a loss. Season after season, there's W's and L's, W's and L's, W's and L's, W's and L's. But if you prove your value all the time with the wins, but you don't simultaneously release the pressure on the losses, you're still going to explode. Does that make sense? See, self-acceptance is the release valve for high achievers. The release of pressure so that we can maintain a better flow in the future that's appropriate. And self-acceptance is very operational like that for people. We could say it's just a spiritual thing, but I don't like when people just kick it into that bucket, because then it becomes too woo-woo for them. And what I've learned over a period of time is, like, I need you to understand self-acceptance is vital for your ability to flow. If you don't give yourself grace about the losses in life, I promise you, you will never feel good about the wins. Acceptance with the losses, what that means is you can look back to those circumstances where you lost, where you failed, where you didn't do the expectation, where you didn't meet your own standards, where you're upset with yourself. And in that moment, when you look back, and you should always look back at losses. It's okay. In the moment, you have a day, you had a couple losses, you had a couple fails. It's okay. Debrief it. Look at it. Don't wait years to get to self-acceptance. Self-acceptance, granting grace, that should be a weekly thing. A weekly thing, if not daily for some people, right? If not daily for some people. For me, it's a weekly practice where I look back and I go, where this week did I just let myself down? Where this week did I feel like I didn't measure up? Where this week did I lack the skill or the capability? Where this week did it feel like a loss or a hardship and I didn't do a good job? Where this week did I break integrity? And in no way am I going to enter those conversations in my head self-critical. Instead, I'm trying to gain awareness, because I want those to be things that I'm aware of. I don't want those things to be unconscious, stacking up in self-hatred. See, you got to bring your awareness to what doesn't go well in life as well, not run from it. And most importantly, not shame it. Instead, recognize those areas of the week that you didn't do well, or didn't go right, or you are mad at yourself, or you did disappoint somebody, or it did fail, and not try to like pretend it didn't happen. Instead, just bring awareness to it, bring light to it, and then bring acceptance. Acceptance first can start at the circumstantial level where you go, I accept, you know what, that happened. Wasn't ideal. I say this to myself like literally every Friday, well, that happened this week. It was not ideal. And I bring a little humor to it, right? But notice I'm not avoiding it. I'm not hiding it. I'm not stuffing it back there. Instead, I'm like, okay, that happened. It's almost like, whoo, that was a hot mess. That didn't go right. Okay. It's almost like I'm just bringing awareness to it, but almost, I would say, a little bit of humility and humor. I'm like, okay, that happened. Then what do I do? Okay, well, that happened. All right, that happened. It wasn't ideal. I accept it's done. I accept it's done. It happened. It's done, right? Now I have to decide, do I need to take an action from it? Do I need to repair? Do I need to make it better? Is there anything I can do to quote unquote improve it? Sure, I could do that, but I don't do that yet. First I say, it happened. Wasn't ideal. Accept it. Not going to make excuses, not going to get angry, not even going to make the next plan yet. Just going to look at it, be aware, accept that it happened, the circumstance. The second thing is I'm going to look at the character. There's Brendon in that scene. Didn't go well. And I'm going to accept the truth that that Brendon guy probably didn't have all the information, all the capability, or the world's plan, or total control. I'm just going to go, all right, I accept the kid probably did the best that he could. And I'm not going to diminish myself. I'm not going to diminish myself, capital S, self, because of that situation. Okay, instead, let me, in this moment, looking back, I'm just going to give grace. I'm going to give mercy. I'm going to give forgiveness. I'm just going to accept it. I'm going to accept it. It happened. There it is. Okay. And I'm going to give that person grace because you know what? He's in the next scene. I need to make sure he enters the next scene intentional, ready, in a good place. What I'm not going to do, please listen, what I'm not going to do is shame the circumstance or shame the character. Because whatever you apply shame to withers and dies. Whatever you apply shame to ends up going in the dark rooms in the back. Whatever you apply shame to stops. Instead, when you apply grace, there's fluidity there. When you apply grace, there's opportunity for change there. When you apply grace, you also apply truth. See, grace is a form of truth because when you grant grace, you accept the truth. And the truth is you weren't in total control, were you? And so if you can go, let me just give it grace and let me bring it to today and go, okay, I'm going to give myself grace. I didn't know everything. I don't know all the rules of the universe. I'm not in control of everything. God grant me the strength to know. I don't control everything. All right, I'm going to give myself grace. And now I'm going to ask a very simple question. Given that L, that loss, that thing that didn't go well, and given the grace I'm going to give it and the acceptance I'm going to give it, okay, that wasn't ideal. Then I ask myself a simple question. Is that, please listen, is that something I should just let go? Or is that something I need to repair, plan for, or build from? So every Friday I go, should I just let it go? And 90% of things in life, you should just let go, right? Maybe 10%, you go, all right, let me recalibrate from that. Let me repair from that. Let me pivot for that. Let me plan that to fix that or do something about that on Tuesday, right? And that's how we can turn some losses into wins, is by giving it grace and making a plan. But see, if you shame it and shame it and shame it and shame it, shame it, here's what you're going to do. Because you can't turn that loss into a win without grace, here's what interesting happens. You know what you do? We want to kill it. We don't want to sense that and feel it. So we shove it over here. Let's start something new. I might feel better about it. And the dopamine and the novelty kicks in. Oh, this is better. I don't have to face this thing. See, we'll never face this thing unless we accept it, grant it grace, and then we can turn it into something, right? That's how we continue it on. We can accept our quote unquote failures as lessons, make a plan, and keep it going. And that's how you turn an L to a W. But if you're always striving for new W's and avoiding and abandoning L's, it's why you won't feel worth, because you couldn't transform anything. When I can learn to transform failure, inadequacy, upset, things that didn't go well, and I can transform them into a positive direction, and I can build upon them, and I can turn a bad into a good, guess what that does to my worth, my sense of value, my sense of competency goes up. But if I avoid it, if my life, I want you to hear this, if my life is one of avoidance and abandonment, Not that other people avoided me, not that, don't blame other people. Because I know when you say abandonment in the 21st century, everyone goes into victimhood, right? Oh, I was abandoned by this person, or I was abandoned by this. And maybe that happened. But remember, we're in character development mode, not circumstance mode anymore. If it did happen, it happened. Now we're back into character development mode. And so I have to tell people all the time, I'm like, but your sense of worth is less about who abandoned you and more about what you are avoiding and you are abandoning, and what you are transforming and what you are directing and what you are aligning to. It comes back to us. It's about us making healthy decisions now to direct myself now to the next right action of integrities to align with a better future, not about what happened to us in the past. Because no matter how far we go in the past, at some point, all roads lead to either acceptance of it or avoidance of it. And so the ultimate shift in mindset is to take that L to W and just accept. Remember, 90% of it, just let it go. But what if there is something there I need to be responsible for, repair or improve or build towards, I got to make that shift in my mind. This is the power of self-acceptance. This is the power of acceptance and awareness broadly in our lives that gives us so much personal power and, yes, self-worth. Hey, my friends, it's Brendon Burchard, and I'm excited to welcome you to the brand new Growth Day. We are happy to roll out 3 brand new features that will help you on your personal development journey. First, our brand new growth streaks and rewards. Every day you come into Growth Day, and we will give you that daily inspirational life strategies so you can listen to an audio, but then create your journal, your checklists, and your habit tracking to truly experience an extraordinary quality of life. We will also roll out to you the world's best AI life coach. This AI life coach has been trained on almost 20 million words of my deep dive training in high performance, motivation, and psychology. And third, all access pass to the world's greatest personal development teachers, coaches, and trainers. These are the world's best, highest paid keynote speakers, coaches, and teachers who can really take your life to a deeper level, because we have over 400 classes, over 40 deep dive courses, and those are available to you right now, all in Growth Day. Lasting change begins with a daily personal growth practice, and that is why you should be using Growth Day. I can't wait for you to use it and to level up your life and become more. Go get your growth streak and Growth Day right now.